Yes, we are back and we are on the fast lane today with Ben Pearson from Channel 5's Police Interceptors.
And you managed to get it right. She took a goal then. Police Interceptors. What it is, guys. See what I mean, guys?
I thought you meant asking a question.
Right,
I'll start
now
again.
she doesn't listen to me.
Again.
Before we were married, she listened to what I said. Now we're married, she's like, nah, stuff you, fat lad. back again. And I've got Wi for you. You're here. You're still here, aren't you?
I am in background doing as I'm told.
Doing as you're told. You never do as you're told. Ready to go. So this is behind the scenes for our channel now.
And the problem is we both got bellies, so I can't reach either.
So this is Ben Pearson.
Hello.
You might have seen him on Police Interceptors, so he's going to join us on our Mr and Mrs Yorkshire radio show today. Any love?
Yes, I'm very excited to have Ben round the house, another man to feed.
Well, this is it. He come in, he was slim, now his jeans are busted, she shoved all sorts down his throat.
Good food, that.
But we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, we're fresh back from Domingo as well, so let's get the show on the road, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Now then, guys, how you doing? So it's me, Danny Malin, and I've got tall wife here.
Aye, Sophie Malin.
Yeah, she has to put Maylan in, don't she? Always got to put Mail in. So we've had a bit of a break. I know that we did try to upload some stuff, didn't we, while we were in Dominican Republic on his honeymoon, but for some reason the files were coming through all corrupted. I reckon it was something to do with like the Domingo FBI or something like that. They didn't want us sending stuff.
Yeah, they probably don't understand what we were saying, to be honest, in his accents. But you can watch that share that we did try and do on his YouTube channel, Mr. and Mrs Yorkshire.
We did try and do it, and you were laughing at it because they were at the beginning of it. I looked like a numpty, and you just took the mick out of me all the holiday, didn't you? Because I'm sat there and I'm trying to work something out on my phone, so I'm sat like this.
And that's him sitting still for those.
And I was still. And then I looked up. And I went, is that recording? And she was just laughing her head off all day because I just looked like an idiot.
It's because
and she put it in.
When we watched back the video, Dan goes, is that a photo? I was like, no, that's not a photo. That is you moving on video. That is how slow you move sometimes.
So, and we had an incident, didn't we? We were sat having dinner. And I don't know what had happened. I think she'd ordered something and then left it, like women do, and, they get on your nerves a bit. So I says, quick, come on, let's go. And then I went, I got up right slow because my back was hurting. So anyway, we're back. We're here. It's Sunday. Let's make the most of it. All right, we're going to be here for the next 2 hours. We'll be back with you very shortly after this little tune. And it's as simple as that, Ben.
Is that it?
So that's one
it.
link.
And usually Sophie has a laptop and a bit of paper, and when we go through some, because she likes to do
a bit of planning.
Yeah, news headlines and like a journalist likes to do.
Yeah.
Whereas I just like to get behind the microphone, wing it. Yeah. So it's like that there. All that just come off top of me. I didn't tell her what was going on, and I just make it up, and then that's how we work best.
Yeah.
And I find, I don't know about you, I work good like that.
Yeah.
So if somebody come to me and said, here's this script, I'm like, nah. So when I went on Steph's show once, they come and they asked me to do stuff about food, and I did this rating of all these different meals, and they said, right, here, this is what I want you to say. And I says, right, let me tell you, fold that up, put it in your pocket. I'm going to go on TV. I will not swear, but it'll be the funniest thing that the show's ever seen for a long time. Yeah. And they're like, looking at me, I says, look, just trust me. And I went on, and it was a right blast. We had a right laugh, and it was brilliant, because I know not to swear, I know not to do this. Yeah. But I have on occasion said, here, and I forgot that we've been recording, and I've come off here, and I've gone, flip. And then
gone online, there's some people online that swear.
So the guys that watch this on Mr and Mrs Yorkshire, they know that, I do swear sometimes. Because Sophie let it out at bag, because she didn't edit it out. Did you? My editor, he's good on Rate My Tickaway. If I do swear, you never hear it.
I know, but I like to share the real you.
Yeah. Right, we're ready.
Right, yeah, shall I sing us in?
You'll sing. We say sing us in, but she tried to sing us in once and nearly killed Cameron.
Yeah.
So, but you can mention we've got special guests coming up.
Aye.
Yeah. Ready?
Hi everyone, we are back again. It's Sophie and Danny, aka Mr and Mrs Yorkshire, and we're actually back in Yorkshire now after a lovely little trip away. But I'm really excited today because we've got something a little bit different. We have got a special guest, haven't we?
Yeah, we managed to put him in suitcase and fetch him back with us. Pedro, the butler. No, it's not. I'll tell you though, we did have a good time on honeymoon, and the resort we went to, all right, the butlers there, they were driving around in golf carts, and it was like basically if you give them a dollar or two, they thought that you were the king. All right, they treat you like royalty. So we had a mini bar in room, didn't we? That they filled up every day, and you didn't have to pay for it. I'm like, well, this is good. This, and if they didn't fill it up, you just WhatsApp this fella, and they'd be at the door in 5 minutes, wouldn't they? And I WhatsApped them one night at 11 o'clock and said, we've got no water. He come with a box of 30 of them. He says, put that in your wardrobe.
And I certainly did. Anyone who knows a Yorkshire lass knows that we stock up on free minibars and buffets, don't we?
So we've got a special guest just about to join us in a moment. Let me tell you, you're lucky it's radio, all right, because if you're driving your car and you've got your phone in your hand, you don't want that, because this guy, he would have had you back in day. That's a little bit of a clue for you, all right, but we'll be back with you soon, all right. If you're driving, be careful. Keep listening. See you in a bit, guys.
That was a good link.
Well, welcome to Life for Radio. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
But even so, like when you go in studio, like I've been in and done art with Dixie and Sanchez on BBC, it's more or less exactly the same. You just sat in their studio, they're playing songs, and they just press that, they talk to you, and that's it, it's off, and that's all it is. So when you hear them on radio, they just sat in room going bang. Right, and if it's pre-recorded like this, so the pre-record is good for us because having such a busy lifestyle.
Yeah. No, it's like all stuff that we did on radio before with books. Like I said, it's you're coming in straight after so and so, and then play a song you could hate song on the earphone, and but it's to watch it done. It's just I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. So I've done a few of those with radio interviews, and it isn't it like the song comes on and they'll come in your ear and say, right, you'll be on in a minute.
Yeah.
And then like the presenter will come on, and I'm here today with Ben Pace, and hello Ben, how are you doing? And that's like hooking it up here with phone.
Yeah, that's when you're doing it live, and then this because you pre-recording, you just stack it in.
Stack it in.
You just concentrate.
Right, let's sing us in. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you ready? What we're talking about? We've not even discussed what we're talking about with Ben.
Well, I thought I'd got an idea to start with.
Right, well, you'll go for it.
It's not very serious to start with, just to warm you up.
Yeah, well, we don't want it to be serious. We just want to point them in the direction of you.
Yeah.
For the radio, because we'll get told off, remember, if we do too much advertising. Ready, love?
Yes.
Get closer. Abdul, come closer. Abdul, go back.
I hope you enjoyed dancing to that track. And yes, we are back. And as promised, we've got a very special guest. You may know his face from Channel 5, from Police Interceptors. I struggle saying interceptors. Well, but traffic cops, basically.
Well, I just wondered why your voice went all weird. Then you proper went into like reporter mode. We have got a special guest. You may have seen him. So he's here, Ben
I feel
Pearson.
like we have to, because he's a police officer.
Yeah, but what do you think to that voice?
I think it was very professional. Well, thank you very much for having me, and I think it was a very professional voice. I'd like to see it on TV or hear it on the radio all the time.
Yeah. I'd like to hear it all the time instead of like, what do you want for your tea?
move your shoes.
Yeah. What are you doing?
So on a journalist note, I have a very important first question for you. What is your favourite biscuit?
I'm going to be... can I mention the sellers of these biscuits?
Yes.
Right, so I'm a massive Hobnob fan, chocolate Hobnobs all the way, but we do our shopping at Aldi and they do an Otis biscuit. It's called Otis, but it's a copy of Hobnobs, and I personally think it's better than Hobnobs. So I'm sorry, Mr. Hobnob, but Otis win it for me. It's a chocolate
I am
biscuit.
with you. So my favourite biscuit is the chocolate Hobnob. I love that. But I've had these Otis as well, and I've actually had Tasda's. They do the same. They do their own, and theirs is because what I find sometimes they're a bit sweet. Other brands,
yeah.
The Tasda ones, they've got just the right sweetness, but they've got a right nice sort of taste. You've got me dribbling now.
I know. Well, we did a taste test the other day, Dan and I, of like more expensive products and the cheaper ones. And actually, for you, the cheaper ones flew, whereas for me, it was the other way
I just
around.
wondered then if you were having a dig at Ben. Because I'm thinking
police sit there eating
donuts,
eating biscuits, drinking tea.
It's like we've got police interceptors on. What biscuits do you like?
Can I just say, I've never heard of this place called Tasda. Is it a bit like Asda, but with a T?
It is. It's a Barnsley version. So
other than eating biscuits on the road, or not eating whilst driving, apparently. Other than driving and then stopping to eat biscuits in a safe place, what was your experience like on the show?
Well, I'm going to cut you there, and I'm going to say, let's listen to this next song, right? And then Ben can have a think, because all I'm thinking about is biscuits, so I need to go get a two dunker here. So we'll be back with you very shortly, and Ben's going to answer that question.
A two dunker.
2.5 minutes in there, I get a two dunker. No, that was class.
I've not heard
Because
of
as soon as I heard that, I thought, donuts, this is coming out. Are you taking me? So we're on link 4.
Yeah.
So I'll sing us in, and then I'm going to come back to you to re-ask him the question.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now then, guys, how you doing? So we're back, Mr. and Mrs Yorkshire, and we are joined by Interceptor Ben Pearson. So Sophie was jumping the gun a bit and trying to get all the information out of him in one go because she's quite excited that he's here because she likes watching police interceptors. I watch it and then I go check my tyres and check my oil and make sure that I'm not going to get done. But go on, Sophie.
See, I like watching it just to criticise people because I don't actually drive anymore, so I can just critique
That is
people.
a good thing.
Yeah, that is a very good thing because
Because
I would be very familiar with
Before
you.
Ben answers his question, I am going to say to you, Ben, if you would have still been working and around here and Sophie was driving, you would probably see her most days because I would envisage that she would be doing something a bit of a wiggle up the road and probably doing her makeup and all that kind of stuff.
You'd be
Too
getting
slow.
stopped. You'd be
Too
getting
slow.
stopped, yeah.
Exactly.
I've got stopped twice for being too slow.
That ticket book could be opened.
You got stopped twice for being too slow.
Yeah.
Can you get stopped for being too
Yeah.
slow?
Yeah,
can
yeah.
you?
Yeah,
It's due care.
it's
Yeah.
dangerous.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's due care all day long.
Yeah, I know this because I've been stopped twice by you.
So
you lot.
So what if you were driving down road,
Yeah.
right, and it's a 30 mile an hour? At what point would you stop somebody for going too slow?
You've always got to drive to the weather conditions and road layout.
Right.
You've got to drive if it's safe to do so. The speed limit is not a target; it's a limit.
Yeah.
So it's anywhere. Just say if it's 30-mile-an-hour limit, anywhere from 20 miles an hour upwards is fine. If you were going and you're holding up people and you were getting to the point of frustrating people beeping, trying to get around you, that's when we need to have a word.
Yeah, see, I'd go for like 10 to
No.
12 miles per
No.
hour.
You're my dream job, you. Pull over.
I'm easy to stop. But when it came to the show, there's a few more exciting, shall we say, drivers than myself. What was that experience like of being on the show?
It were absolutely fantastic. It shot us obviously all around the TV. It's played all around the world, and as soon as someone saw the Channel 5 logo on the back of the tops, camera crew out, everyone just wanted to have a piece of it. And for us, we were just doing this job, and then people were filming it, and they loved the content because we were filming in Bradford.
Yeah.
And we all know what Bradford's like.
Well, I'm going to tell you a story about this, all right, in a minute. So thanks for sharing that with us. We're going to listen to some banging tunes, all right. We're going to have a dance about while we're having a chat. But I've got something to tell you. Be back, guys. Blah, 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 blah. That's all, folks.
Right. I'm going to win on this one, love.
You going deep.
See? Sicko. Now I've got to compose myself.
Back again. Yes, I'm back again. And I've got wife for you. You're here. You're still here, aren't you?
I am in background doing
Yeah.
as I'm told.
Doing as you're told. You never do as you're told. It's me that does as me told. So Ben's here from Interceptors, and you said about, how people used to come up to you in Bradford. You got your Channel 5 top on and all this. So let me tell you a story, right? So when I first started Rate My Takeaway, we did the first one up at Winmore, right? We took it somewhere, and it was this giant kebab. The second one I did in Bradford, and it was in this place, right? And I'm going to look back on this video now because we talk. When did you retire?
2020.
No, I don't think it wouldn't have been you. I did this place and they got King Kong on side at wall, a burger place.
Right.
And I'm sat outside filming. Next thing, Interceptors. I swear, I kid you not. They pull this black BMW up. It's all kicking off. I'm in the middle of, this burger's great. There's a nice bit of bacon in here. There's everybody outside at shops. It's banging it down with rain. Film crew's there. And I'm like, with little camera phone trying to film. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? And I'm thinking, I need to be over there. I could be on telly.
You're famous enough, you.
No, but at that time.
Yeah, so I'm still
that
on
time,
another channel.
right, so now when I go out now and I bob my table up and I do whatever, people, they're all crowding around me and they're coming over asking for pictures and just chatting to me. But back then, on the second go out, nobody knew what. They just thought I was some fat weirdo popping the table up, eating the burger, thinking, what is he doing? Bearing in mind, it's banging down with rain, because back then, we didn't have van and we didn't have sense. We thought, yeah, we'll just film. So it rain's pouring and I'm getting soaked and we're just carrying on. But the Interceptors, it was great just to watch because I was having to try and concentrate on eating the burger.
It's that hard.
Well, it is when I'm trying to watch you. But what I'm thinking is, what it hard for you with a camera crew when you had to be serious, and you got some Jobsworth who's giving you lip because they can see a camera, so they're playing. You must have had them where they're playing up to camera and they're giving it big. And how hard was that?
Yeah, bringing the camera crew out in public, it always attracts every single type of person. But we're always professional. We've got us body cameras on anyway. We know we're covered by CCTV, regardless where we work and when we work. So it's just another added bonus, really, because it captures all the evidence. It catches them if they discard some items or things that we don't catch with our own eyes. So it is a
so you looked at it as a bit of a guardian angel, if you like, rather than an interference of so. Because that's what I often wondered. I often thought, when you're getting film and you're trying to do, when you watch it and you're in car and you're like, Yankee 99, we're on it or whatever.
Yankee 99, we're not in States.
So, me, I'm a bit thinking. So, well,
sorry, we watched 911 a lot.
Oh, right. What, Reno?
Yeah. Right, guys. Well, I'm going to leave you on Yankee 99 there, and we'll be back in a minute with Ben. Take it easy. And, I want to know what call signs they use now. Be back with you soon.
You got Yankee 99. Is that 4 now?
I think, that's 4 yeah.
Because I've not got my little book. We're not set up for holiday to call me getaway.
And I just thought as well, we need this GoPro there, don't we? So we've got a few different shots.
Yes, we do.
We will. Next time we've got to get you again, Ben.
Yeah. Right.
Even if you wanted to do a radio show.
Yeah. Right, you ready? You want to sing us in?
Yeah.
I want to know his call signs now. Like
call signs.
Like what they said. Is it Yankee 99?
Okay.
Ready?
Hey, we're back again. Yes, it is Sophie Danny, and this week it is Ben Pearson too. He's the famous face behind Channel 5's Police Interceptors. Now, Danny was just saying, do you get called Yankee 999? And you've enlightened him that that's not the case.
No.
What are your call signs?
Call signs are always where you work, so the divisional or districtal, is that, I'm making that word up. So technically, if you're in Bradford, you're Bravo Delta, or it depends who you are with your operational support. So when I first joined, I was Hotel Tango 23, which is Hotel was Keighley, Tango is traffic, and then 23 were my call sign, and we'd have a 2120.
Right.
Yep. And then later on in the career, it were X-Ray Romeo, X-Ray were Ops.
So you were called Romeo?
Yeah,
I
X-Ray
bet
Romeo.
you love that one. I bet when you upgraded to that and you went home to wife, you went, you know what, have it big time today, love. I am now Romeo.
When you sat in traffic and they're like, X-Ray Romeo 5-2, and you're like, X-Ray Romeo 5-2, go ahead. So yeah, it's always to do with the division that you work. And the only other thing is X-Ray 99, what you were saying, that's the helicopter. So wherever you're going to be, it's NPAS now, National Air Police Service or something. But X-ray 99 throughout the country is the helicopter. So if you ever hear can we have 99, it means helicopter.
Right.
And you're dyslexic like me, so
Yeah.
how do you cope with that? Because that would confuse the life out of me.
I don't. I just used to look at my colleague, or I used to write it on my hand. So when you get your duties at the beginning of the day, write it on your hand. So when you're driving at the steering wheel, you can look at it. And if they said X-ray Romeo, you'd look at it. 3-2, no, it's not us. 5-2, yeah, that's me.
So would it change every day?
Yeah, so earliest you'd have a 1.
So I thought you meant that they'd call you that all the time, and that's your call sign. Oh, how confused. That didn't confuse me.
And there's 3 sets as well.
Wow.
So there's 1-0, 1-5, and 2-5, depending on early, late, or nights. And then you'll have 5-2, 2-5. It goes over your head.
See, this is it, guys. We are bringing you the insider information here. This is what you wanted. It's Sunday morning. You're getting ready for your Sunday dinner. You've just had a jog and you're like, yes, this is it. I now know it's not Tango 9935 Texas whiskey.
And I can have an 80s biscuit and a cup of tea with that.
That's only at the end of the day for them. They all go for a Texas whiskey after that hard day. So,
Texas whiskey.
Yeah, Bourbon. Let's go. We'll be back with you shortly, guys.
You can tell we're not regular drinkers.
So, with the radio show, this is what they like because it's a bit different.
Yeah.
This is what they said about me on when I did Rate My Takeaway show. They were saying that I was so different, and because I had control in the actual studio, the difference there is you've actually got control over the songs as well.
Yeah.
So when the songs are playing, you can just butt in.
Yeah.
So I used to just butt in and I'd be like, oh, what's a burger? And then let the song carry on. And just get to the kicker of the song. And I'd be like, I want a milkshake. And then I get people messaging saying, will you shut up? And then I'd be like, Tom from Bramber, thank you very much, mate. But no, I'm not shutting up through the middle of the song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
It'd be fun. But I've got a question now.
Oh,
I've
go
got
for it. Look, giddy face.
So we're on, that was 5 then.
Okay.
So we're on 6
I'll
now.
hold my
Yeah.
hand.
This is 6.
You won't, should write it down.
I'm keeping track.
Thank you. You
I'm not
keep
really. I'm
control.
just pretending.
Now then, guys, it's Mr. and Mrs Yorkshire, and we're on Interceptors today. And I mean car, because that will be an absolute nightmare. I swear, Ben, if I were your partner, Whiskey Tango, you'd be you'd be shouting. You need more than writing on your handmate with me. But what I want to ask you is, right, so this, I spoke to you previously, and I was saying about how my lad George has really got into watching Interceptors, and he loves it. And this is what he wants to be now when he gets older. He's 11-year-old. And then I said to him, George, there's a new series on tonight, and it's about drones. Have you seen it?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, they've started it. What's your opinion of drones?
Oh, I think we're in a massive grey area here because A, I'd want one as a toy.
Yeah.
B, I know no legislation of them at all. And I think that when I've seen the drone car as well, I want one of them in my backyard.
Yeah.
So I'm 50-50. I don't see an issue with them, but you've got to have still that privacy. If you don't want them over your back garden when you're in your hot tub, do you?
Well, this is it. I mean, if they come over my back garden when I'm in a hot tub, they'll be thinking, hey, they'll be phoning I'm in a lie out thinking there's a whale in garden. But when I watched it, I thought it was quite good because the clip that I saw, there were a bloke had done a 999 call, and he'd reported that his wife had gone missing and she'd left the house, she was in her pyjamas. And they took the dog out, they took the drone out, and you can see that the dog from the footage has gone past. He can smell that there's somebody there, but can't quite pinpoint it. But
Yeah.
the drone picked up the heat signature and were able to direct them back. And bless this woman, she was there. She wasn't in a good way. She wasn't in a good mental state. I think she got a knife upon her. But with the drone, they managed to pinpoint a location. The dog were there, and then 3 officers managed to safely get the woman and get her treated. So you look at it like that, and obviously with the helicopter, what they were saying is that obviously they're calling for an helicopter, and you can be waiting 10, 15 minutes for it to mobilise and get up. With drone, if there's one in boat, bang, you're up. And that's what they were there for. And it was great because they did this raid, and I think there was some kind of house that were getting raided, and there were a guy, and he tried to hide it, edge it back. So they just obviously, he's like saying to the copper, right, keep forward, turn right. And he's just there with drone, turn right, bang, there he is.
I think for emergency services, drones are next generation. I think it's brilliant. Yeah. They should be used for every emergency service, and I think they do a fantastic job. And it's the future of how police, fire service, RNLI, they're all going that way. So yeah,
it's just out of the emergency services where it's that grey issue, isn't there? Because of people, like you say, if it's somebody with a personal drone, then flying it in your back garden, looking through your window. I mean, if I open my curtains and I'm knackered nude, and people are like, they've got drone out, it's going to scare them to death.
Same with me.
You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. We're gonna listen to a song, and then I'm gonna let you have a go, because I've sort of taken over this today, because it's like a childhood dream of driving a police car and being a policeman. We're back with you in a bit.
Yeah, it made me think of 911 because they had a drone, didn't they? Yeah. To like find what had happened to this.
Have you watched 911?
No, I basically do try and not watch a lot of
cops.
It's like you if you sat and watched with your beard all the time.
I would think if you watched that, it would probably trigger a few things in you, because obviously it's about incidents and obviously they're basing them on what would happen. So like the last one was like a natural disaster on pier where tsunami coming and it's them rescuing. So it's all about a fire service, but with a fire service over there, they're also paramedics and then the police are involved all the time. But I've got Sophie hooked on it because we love watching it. And
it'd annoy you, I think, if you've worked in emergency services, because it's so ridiculous. It's like even when I see the TV news presenters, I'm like, that is ridiculous. But American TV is very different anyway, so I had to convince myself that's why.
Right, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, I don't sound like I was farting because of my foot's
she's just little bit, she's pregnant.
Forgive me.
Hi, it's Mr. and Mrs Yorkshire, Sophie, Danny, and our good friend, Ben Pearson. Yes, you're now our good friend. You're here to stay. We've got Ben Pearson from Channel 5 Police Interceptors. And we were just talking about drones and some of the different technologies that police use. And we've only known this from TV. Are there any police shows or emergency services shows that you're able to watch?
To be fair, I try not to watch them because, it's like a busman's holiday. You've been it, you've seen it, you've done it. And with me being poorly as well and suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, there's only so much you can watch without it triggering. If I was watching something, I do tip in sometimes to watch odd show of Interceptors. But again, that's basically it. It's the fact of it's their time now. Let them have fun. And then think of all the good times we've had, all the good memories and things that have kept inside all the car chases, pursuits, but I don't want to see anything negative, anything that's going to upset me. So yeah, it's not really for me anymore. I've done my time and I'm happy with that.
On a good note, when you're watching Interceptors, you're like, whoa, Tango Colin, you did that wrong. Do you think that, do you know what I mean?
Tango Colin. Yeah, there are things like that when you do look at things and you're like, oh, why have you done that?
Yeah.
But then again, everyone's human.
It's the situation at the time.
And again, every situation's completely different to who's watching, as you know yourself when you're filming, who's there, who's watching, what people are saying. And some people react differently to other people that react instantly. So nothing's wrote down. There's no script involved, and it's just them as a person. So I take my hat off to them. Big kudos, but yeah, unfortunately, it's not for me anymore.
And you've had nearly 20 years in the police force. So when we come back after this track, I want to know now what you are doing today.
Right, guys, we will see you soon.
I should have said okay.
We'll do this one and then we'll have to wrap it up.
Yeah, I just thought because then we can chat about your charity and your YouTube.
Yeah. So that's it. Get it all in. YouTube channel, charity book. I'll let you do that.
Yeah.
And then say thanks to Ben. And then we'll come back in with a goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye, my friend.
Ready?
Goodbye.
Goodbye, my love.
Yes, we are back. Oh no.
You can't wait that long.
I know, I didn't realise.
I just said to you, go on. See what I mean, guys?
I thought you meant asking a question.
Right,
I'll start
now
again.
she doesn't listen to me.
Again.
Before we were married, she listened to what I said. Now we're married, she's like, nah, stuff you, fat lad. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So we're living life on the fast lane today. We have got Ben Pearson from Channel 5's Police Interceptors, which I'm still struggling to say. But what I wanted to ask you, let's start that again. Sorry, love.
It's like my mate, he calls it police cop chasers.
I know, it's that word. Interceptors just does not like, my tongue does not like interceptors.
I'm just going to jump in.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yes, we are back and we are on the fast lane today with Ben Pearson from Channel 5's Police Interceptors.
And you managed to get it right. She took a goal then. Police Interceptors. What it is, guys.
Why
Sophie
can't
struggles
just
to say it.
cops?
Well, he is a traffic cop, but it's Interceptor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does
Separate
sound
wing.
better on your dating profile.
It sounds more like
Interceptor.
he's working as a transformer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
Specialist
traffic cop, I'm a
ops.
police interceptor. Whoa, that's it. You know it's big.
But
So-
now you've left the police force, what are you doing today with yourself?
One of the main things I do at the moment is I lecture for mental health to police forces around the country, telling them the signs and symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, depression and anxiety, because I think there's not enough emergency service workers talking about the mental health. I'm a best-selling author. I've got 3 books out, and I've got my YouTube channel as well, which I love talking about my history in the police, funny videos, and I think that the videos that, again, people like because it makes them grow as people.
Yep.
They see the backstage antics of what goes on and what you can't really talk about on Interceptors. And yeah, so we're pushing the mental health message massively with 1965 PTSD awareness, which is there's clothing line and it's bits and bats that you can buy to support the mental health charities. And yeah, just put myself out there, write books and then smile and meet people like yourselves.
That's it. Well, I just want to say thank you very much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
But 2, 20 years service is amazing. Thank you very much for your service because, without people like you, this country, it won't be where it is, I think, with emergency services. So thank you very much for basically giving 20 years of your life to public service. So we'll be back in a minute, me and you, won't we? Yeah?
We will.
So thank you very much. Ben's going to go get a brew. Me and Sophie are just going to buckle in for this last 10 minutes.
Buckle in, buckle up.
Pack it up, pack it in.
That's what he said when I first met
Let
him.
me begin.
Right, you ready? Just me
Yeah.
and you. So I'll
sing.
sing us in and we're off. We're done.
Right, guys, so that's it. It is Sunday. My dinner is in the oven. I can smell the beef cooking. Can you smell what our lassie's cooking? Veg.
No, Yorkshire puddings.
No, yeah. It's a bit daft, innit? Because you being a vegan, you do me Yorkshire puddings and that, and then I'll do meat.
Yeah.
Just because I like my beef to be a bit pink. And you'll do it and you're like, is it done yet? I said, done yet? It's come back to life. You've cremated it that much. Right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a great weekend. We had a couple of weeks off, but we are back on it right now. So we'll be back with you next week, 11 o'clock, Sunday, Mr. and Mrs. Yorkshire. Yeah.
You could actually listen to us whilst you're cooking your Sunday dinner.
Yeah, that's it. I wouldn't advise it. Not with stuff that comes out your mouth. I'll drop taters on the floor. Right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back with you next week. Mr. and Mrs Yorkshire. Over and out. Peace, love.
Shimmies. See you
There
soon,
you go.
guys.
See you soon.
Anyway, we'll see you
Yeah.
guys
We're off.
soon.
There you
We're
go.
going to do some
Radio
behind the scenes
Education.
photos.
Look at this, going to do zooming in.
Danny Miller.
Whoa.